In today's video, I'd like to go over a topic that I have a lot of experience with, but I rarely talk about. How do you go from being a skinny hard gainer to gaining a lot of weight and developing a lot of muscle mass? Even though I'm usually talking about how to lose weight and how to burn body fat, I know quite a bit about how to gain muscle and how to go from being that skinny guy to that muscular and ripped guy. For the sake of simplicity, I've condensed my methods of how to gain muscle mass to 5 easy to follow tips. So let's jump right in. First, you have to understand that unless you're an absolute beginner, which means that you've been exercising for less than a year, you're gonna have to create a positive calorie balance to gain weight. This means that you're gonna have to be taking in more calories than you're burning. So how exactly can we ensure that we do that? Well, there really are only 2 ways. And the first way is the first tip, and that's exercise less and decrease your general activity levels. Some of my best results came by decreasing the amount of days that I spent in the gym and by increasing the amount of calories that I would take in. When trying to gain weight, especially as a hard gainer, you don't need more than 5 days a week at the gym, and even that can sometimes be too much. I see people trying to gain muscle and they're doing exercises like burpees and jogging on the treadmill, when in reality this is only going to lower your chances of gaining muscle. So a lower output is beneficial for bulking up, gaining weight, and gaining muscle mass. The second tip is based on the other way that you could create a caloric surplus, and that's by increasing the amount of calories that you're taking in by eating more food. If you're really serious about building muscle, you're not just going to try to get your calories up by eating junk food. I think it's pretty obvious that increasing your calories by eating more ice cream and donuts is not going to build muscle in quite the same way as sticking to healthy sources of carbs, fats, and proteins. Whenever I would try to bulk up, I would always have a lot of carbs, and the reason for that is because carbs are your body's preferred source of energy. So by having a lot of carbs, you'll prevent your body from going into a catabolic mode and breaking down muscle tissue for that same energy. I've never really been very carb sensitive, so I would be able to have more than double my body weight in carbohydrates while bulking. You can have less than this if your body is carb sensitive, but the point is, don't be afraid to up your calories when trying to gain muscle. After all, that muscle has to be made from some kind of energy source. If you're really serious about building that muscle, you'll calculate the exact amount of macros that you need to bulk up. I've already made a video on this topic that I'll include as a link in the description. The third tip is to have a slow digesting source of protein right before bed. This is very important because while you're sleeping is when your body's recovering the most, and it's also probably going to be the longest period of time that you're going to go without eating. You want to give your body the amino acids it needs to rebuild those muscles bigger and stronger. A couple good examples of slow digesting sources of protein are cottage cheese, casein protein powder, steak, chicken, salmon, turkey, and nut butters. If you want to take this to the next level like I did, you can wake up in the middle of the night and have a protein shake ready to go to get some extra calories in and to keep your body in that anabolic state while you sleep. Tip number 4 is to make sure that you stick to compound exercises with free weights. By free weights, I mean barbells and dumbbells. The best exercises to build muscle mass are bench presses, squats, lunges, deadlifts, rows, overhead military presses, pull-ups, lat pull-downs, and other compound exercises. Obviously for your arms, you're going to have to isolate with exercises like lateral raises, bicep curls, and tricep extensions. But your compound lifts are going to be the main exercises that help you build muscle. Something that I saw really good results with was starting off with a compound exercise like bench press and then immediately supersetting it with an isolation exercise like chest flies. I would shoot for 5 to 8 reps of heavy weight for my compound exercises, and then I would drop the weight and shoot for 20 reps for my isolation exercises. For some reason, this always worked very well for me to gain muscle. The last tip is, unless you're on steroids, if you want to build muscle mass, you're gonna have to lift some heavy ass weight. It absolutely kills me when I see guys going for high reps with light weight when trying to build muscle. It's totally fine to throw in a high rep scheme here and there just to help increase your strength for when you go back to the lower reps with the heavier weight. However, just doing high reps with light weight as a natural lifter will not get you to where you want to go as far as building muscle mass. As a natural lifter, you're gonna have to lift heavy to get your muscles to grow. If you can do a weight for more than 10 reps, then it's long since time to move up. I used to move up if I could do a weight for any more than 8 reps. That's it, guys. I really hope this video has helped you guys out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel where you could view more videos and tips just like this one. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a big thumbs up and comment down below. And if you'd like to find out more information about me and what I do, you could visit my website. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.